And welcome, one and all, to my first deck profile of the year for 2018, my Dark Magician profile. This is going to be specifically about the Dark Magician, and my tech is actually going to be slightly different than some of the stuff you're probably used to seeing. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, I'm going to get a lot of hatred, but, you know, it's my deck. If you want to do some of the things I do, you can. If you don't, then you don't. This is my personal tech, and this is what works for me. I will never tell you what you should or should not do. That's just not the way I feel a duelist should be. It's good to take suggestions, but, you know, in the end, it's your decision, your deck, of how you want to make things. So without further ado, let's get into the full-on deck profile right now. For starters, I run the heart and soul of the deck naturally is, as if you didn't see this coming, 3 Dark Magicians, which I love. I especially love this particular art style. Shoutouts to Arcana from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series. I loved his Dark Magician best. And we add on 3 Apprentice Solution Magicians. She's a great card to use for the deck because you can special summon her by discarding 1 card easy. And when she's normal special summoned, you can get out a Dark Magician straight from your deck to your hand, and that's always very, very useful. Then we're basically going to go into another Dark Magician-esque card, typical. I run 2 Magician of Dark Illusions, and this is really good because it counts as Dark Magician on your field for when you want to make those plays, whereas Dark Magician is a necessity to play a card. He counts as Dark Magician, so he can be your backup, and he's easy to special summon when you activate a spell trap effect while, you know, this is, you know, while, sorry, you have to activate a spell trap effect, and just to be more specific, you know, during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap during the damage step, well, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a nice, easy special summon. And if you activate a spell or trap card while this is on the field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 Dark Magician in your graveyard and special summon it. You know, so this is very, very good. It can only be used once per turn, but you're only going to need it once that turn. He's very good. I think it's super useful. And let's say if you want to play like Eye of Timaeus, or anything else that requires Dark Magician to be on the field, he counts as it so you can get your Dragon Knight out there real quick. And then, last of the Dark Magician-esque cards, so to speak, I have my Magician's Rod. He's the Stratos of the deck, you know. Free my boy Stratos. Get him back. Konami, bring back Stratos from my Elemental Heroes, please. But we're not talking about heroes, we're talking about magicians. So he lets you search out any Dark Magician-based card, meaning a spell or trap that has Dark Magician in its text. You can search that out, and I run 3 of them because that search is always useful. Now, this is where the deck gets a little different from your average builds. I actually run, because I like her, I run 3 Dark Magician girls. She's an easy summon. Normally I would put her in my Magician Girl variant, but I like her, I like a little DMG on the side, you know? I like my Dark Magician with some DMG on the side. So, last but not least, for the monster lineup, I run 2 Palladium Oracle Mahads, because he's a very easy special summon. You draw him, you special summon him. And when you're trying to fight dark monsters, his attack strength doubles during the damage step, so it's a 5k beater right there. And if he's destroyed, you get a Dark Magician from anywhere, special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So, every extra bit of help that the Dark Magician can get on the field, you go for it. And that's it for the monster lineup in my deck. Now we're going to run off the spells. The spells, I run your typical numero 1, 2, 3. 3 Dark Magical Circles. Because anytime you can get, anytime a Dark Magician is summoned to your field while this is up there, you can pop a card on your opponent's field and remove it from play. In addition, basically, the full effect is, when this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician spell or trap that has Dark Magician listed in it. So you can get the Dark Magician himself or a spell or trap that has Dark Magician in its name and add it to your hand. And also place the remaining cards on the top of your deck in any order. So it kind of lets you, you know, manipulate the top of your deck pretty much. And like I said, if Dark Magician is normal special summon, while this is on the field, you can remove 1 card your opponent controls. You know, and you can only use the effect of this once per turn. This is a great searcher for your Dark Magician spell and trap cards, and the fact that you can get Dark Magician to your hand, it's always a great search. Now again, here's another way my deck differs from everybody else's. I run 2 Dark Magic Veils. You can special summon a Dark Spellcaster type monster and pay 1,000 life points to do so. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, as Pegasus said, you've got to spend life points to take life points. It's always a pleasure to spend to take, Next, for some backfield destruction, I get me 2 copies of Twin Twisters. Always a fun card. Always a lot of fun to play. Get your backfield, drop a card. In this deck, you can actually afford to drop a couple of cards. Now, a lot of people say this slows down. This slows down my deck a little bit, but I have to disagree. I don't mind waiting 1 turn to set things up sometimes. So we go for the Pot of Duality for that extra draw power, This way you can excavate the top 3 cards. You can always see what you're going to draw, grab what you want from it. And, it's a great searcher. I think so. I personally like it. Continuing on with the spells, I run 2 Dark Magic Inheritance. For what it does, if you really want to know, if you don't know. Banish 2 spells from your graveyard, add a spell or trap to your hand that specifically designates Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text, except another Dark Magic Inheritance. And here's another reason why I run, Dark Magician Girl, because of Dark Burning Magic. Because it is very easy with this deck for me to get out Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field at the same time. Play Dark Burning Magic, you basically wipe out your opponent's field. It's a great board clearance, and I love it. Who doesn't like quick, swift destruction? Illusion Magic, 2 of this, because it allows you to basically, take a couple of Dark Magicians from your deck and add them to your hand. Easy way to get them out. For field destruction, 1 Dark Hole. And last but not least, I run 2 Eye of Timaeus. I thought about running just 1, but, it doesn't really work for me running only the 1. And it's not searchable, which really sucks. It's not searchable by any of the other Dark Magician means because of the specifics of the wording in the text. So, rather than clog my deck, I decided to run, just 2. So, it's not too difficult to draw, but it allows for some great stuff. Now, last but not least for the traps, we're going ahead with the typical 3 Eternal Souls. You activate it, special summon a Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, and it protects your Dark Magician on the field. The only drawback really is that if this is destroyed, you lose every last monster on your field. So you gotta have your double-edged sword. Just be careful how you play it. Then you want your quick special summon out there. Magical Magician's Navigation. You can special summon a Dark Magician and a level 7 or lower spellcaster type monster directly from your deck. That one comes from your deck. The Dark Magician comes from your hand. And this is where I say it's a lot easier to get Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl out there. So I get my search out with my Stratus of the deck, basically my Magician's Rod. Or I go ahead and get them out by my other search engines. I'll get my Dark Burning Magic and then wipe out my opponent's board and then proceed to open fire with Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Girls and stuff. And for some balance and protection, I run 2 Solemn Strikes and 1 Solemn Warning, because you always want to have protection for your backfields and your fronts against your monsters and your effects, against your opponent's monsters and your opponent's effects, all that good stuff. You want to be careful, and that's my way of being very, very careful. Now for my extra deck. Since I run Eye of Timaeus, I naturally run 2 of this beautiful, beautiful bad boy. My Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. When he's on the field, your back row is protected. So if you've got basically the combo of, him and Eternal Soul, you basically got a game ender right there. Virtually. I will say virtually. There are ways to get around it. In this day and age, it's not that difficult to get monsters that can run over this. You need 3,000. You need something stronger than 3,000, but it's possible. But so you get this out quick enough, you can basically run over your opponent's stuff. You got this on the field. Eternal Soul protects your front field. Dark Magician's Dragon Knight protects your backfield. And the good part about this is he counts as Dark Magician when he's on the field or in the graveyard. So when you have, your spell cards, do you want to rip your opponent apart with? Forgive me You got your Dark Magical Circle. Go ahead and remove stuff. Special summon a Dark Magician once per turn from the graveyard with Eternal Soul, and just keep removing stuff. Clear your field away. Clear your opponent's field away, and you'll be set for strong stuff. I've got my Amulet Dragon, just in case you want that, one heavy beat stick. And in case you're running against dragons, got my Dark Paladin. And because I'm running Dark Magician Girl, I figure why leave her out of the picture? And my Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, discard a card, pop something. She's really cool for that. For my Xyz plays, I run my Ebon High Magician, 2 of him. 2 of Ebon High for your rank 7 Xyz. He's really good. I don't think I have to go into further explanation for him. I got my Ebon Illusion Magician, 1 of him. And when you want to take care of you want to, control a problematic monster on the board, you got your number 11, Big Eye. So it's like, hey, I like you. I'm going to take control of you. So you just want to open up your opponent's field so you can have easier strikes. Now, I don't run Link monsters in this deck because, not that I don't like Link monsters, I have a whole nother deck for that completely, but I'll showcase that another time. But for right now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know if you like my Dark Magicians, and what do you think I can do to probably improve on it. Everybody's deck needs improvements from time to time. But for now, this is Kylonis, aka the NES Man, signing out. Love you all. Peace.